Welcome to another installment of Property Vlogs. Today I'm here at Weston House, which is located in Edgbaston in Birmingham. So what is this development about, you're probably wondering? It's a fabulous collection of luxury kind of apartments, penthouses and villa style apartments in this beautiful Georgian setting behind me. So this development is actually by Spitfire Homes, and I can't wait to show you some of their touches, their extra details inside. But first, let's start with the specs. The apartment is a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom apartment. The actual size of the apartment is going to pop up in a second in the specs list, and any additional details can be read in the description. At the time of touring this, it was listed on sale for close to £1 million. And if any of that sounds interesting and you're curious, what could possibly be so amazing inside this apartment? Well, I'm going to show you in a second. So come with me and we'll tour it together. So up these original steps, which date back to the Georgian era, and through this dramatic, oversized front door is your apartment. Let's get going. So it is kind of like a sneak peek tour. The apartment is still being fully refurbished and the whole building is still under construction. It's in its final stages of being put together, but we get this exclusive access into this apartment. And as you come through these let's close the door. Now that we're in the hallway, let's talk about our first impressions. First impressions in here is that the floor to ceiling, guys, is tremendous. Georgian proportions, remember that word. Everything is Georgian proportions. Grand, big, extravagant. We've got our radiator here. Nice, I can feel the heat coming from it. And then a cleverly placed, conveniently placed cloakroom through here. So you can see there, very, very convenient. Do you cycle, fold it away in there. You know, coats, all that stuff can go in there. Consumer unit, and then services go in there, and it's got a light inside as well. And don't you just love, even this kind of cloakroom has been decorated with this feature architrave. This feature architrave, again, leans back to the history of the property. Georgian, it's grand. We've got the dado rails as well. Everything is kind of oversized. So normally the dado rails are quite low, not in this property. And then this gorgeous wallpaper, which you're going to see throughout. And obviously, this show home has this wallpaper, so it's here to stay. So whoever gets this apartment is going to benefit from all the fixed fittings in here. I've said enough, haven't I? We've got spotlights above me, just bringing in like light, and it's kind of the mood lighting. You can't see this, but there's a lot of natural light coming from behind, but it's nice to balance that with this kind of ambient vibe. The next door on my left, your right, is a conveniently placed WC. I keep using this word convenient. Well, you know, you have guests, they come in and you have to say, it's the 3rd door on the left, the 4th door on the right. Nope, it's right here. So it's a 2-piece suite, and you've got the toilet there, hidden cistern, all that messy toilety, I was going to say toilety stuff is hidden behind the faceplate there. By Villeroy Boch, fantastic brand for toilets. Every time I say that, someone in the comments says, what do you mean? Well, a fantastic brand means a brand that's been there for like decades and hundreds of years. They have history. They're well known in the hotel and designer world of sanitary ware. And that's what you've got here. You've got beautiful Hansgrohe, another fantastic brand in the kind of the chrome taps as well. Sink with a vanity underneath. Again, fixed fittings are here to stay. So you've got half height tiling, and then they've paired it with this dark blue, not too dark blue kind of grey paint, which kind of contrasts. You know, this is a very bold apartment. And then let's close that off. And you can see here you've got a bit of a video comm system, great for security, and then a little console there. Great for putting keys. This is an apartment, guys. It's secure. You don't have to worry about someone coming through the letterbox. Completely closed off. This is your moment right here. Keys, plants, vases, mirrors, everything there. And then this is the central space of the hallway. Off the hallway, there are 2 additional rooms behind you, but we'll show those to you in a second because I just can't wait to show you what's through these doors. So you wait for it, guys. Wait for it. Wow. Okay, now come into my brand new apartment. What do we have in this apartment? Well, stay there and I'll just walk all the way to the back. Okay. Whew, I made it here. So in terms of sizing, this is a very, very spacious 2-bed apartment. This is the ultimate entertainment space. And in terms of proportions and the fact that this was originally a convent, the way the apartment has been laid out is just fantastic. You've got the dining area here kind of nestled in this corner, in this little nook. It's actually a large nook. Nooks are normally really small and cozy, but this one, it kind of cradles this dining area. 2, 4, 6, 6-seater on a large round table. Round is great because obviously it means you can be very sociable. And then you've got these enormous, enormous windows. These windows are probably close to 2 meters tall. Look how tall they are. Even the bottom half of the window is taller than me. It's just incredible. And then you have views of your own private garden at the back. And on a day like this, where it's a bit kind of rainy, a bit wet, you can just see everything glistening. You can see the rest of the development and then the trees in the distance. And we are nestled, like I said before, in the leafy suburb of Edgbaston. So you're benefiting from the quietness, the peace, everything. You've got obscure glazing over there. Why do we have obscure glazing? And then, oh yeah, you might be asking, what is obscure glazing? It's just to obscure the view. So it's very private because over there is the next part of the development. So when you're in this area, you just feel very secluded. And if I'm stood in this spot, I just feel like all I can see is my private garden and the rest of my apartment. Okay, great. But then also, if I show you this really quickly, I like the low level radiators. So it's good to have these massive windows, but we also have to be practical. So that's great. There's 3 of them as well. So you're not going to be cold in this large space. We've got a little study nook here. So this is staging, guys. This could be whatever you want. Do you have a grand piano by any chance? You can put that over here, practice that. But yeah, I love the staging. It's a little study area. I love that. And then you've got this beautiful wallpaper, and you can really play around with stuff like really dark and bold wallpaper because the ceiling heights are just incredible, close to 4 meters, if not more. So yeah, you've got the wallpaper there, large pieces of art, more furniture because there's just so much space. And then this is a fantastic layout. I absolutely love this. It's so original. You've got these kind of arced, curved sofas, and then a circular, oversized coffee table. This is huge, guys, huge in proportions. And then an oversized rug brings the whole zone together. And then, you know, you can kind of cradle the view. And then you've got your TV point over here as well. So, you know, this is your entertainment zone over here. And then your TV console over here. You can play around with what you want to do with the space, but it's nice to imagine what they've done. And then obviously you've got these gorgeous chandeliers, and then this built-in display kind of cabinet here, which is great for obviously creating another feature. Maybe if you want, you can flip the study area around and have the desk over here tucked away. It's completely up to you. Or you can have maybe the sofa flipped around and the TV can go in this area. Again, there's a phrase I like to say, it's completely up to you. So let's keep moving. So actually, as we're walking towards the next space, I wanted to highlight the flooring. This flooring is incredible, and it goes throughout the whole of the kind of the main living spaces. It's actually, I think it's actually in a herringbone pattern. I was trying to decide whether it was chevron or herringbone. It's herringbone. Come through into your kitchen. This is such a unique kitchen, and it has the ability for you to close it off through the gorgeous doors that we saw earlier. So you can completely close off the kitchen, but open it up if you want to. So with the kitchen space, you've also got garden access, which is great. You can see how the garden's been landscaped. Again, this is an exclusive look into this show home before it becomes fully live. So you can see kind of the scaffolding, but look past the scaffolding. You've got these beautiful paving slabs at the bottom in kind of typical Spitfire style in a dark blue. So they're not going to get really aged really quickly. Then you've got the lawn in the lower garden level, and then railings for complete security, which is great if you have animals or anything like that. So let's talk about the kitchen. So coming into the kitchen, the first thing you're going to notice is this kind of this navy blue cabinetry all the way throughout with these really unique handles. They're kind of like antique brass or brushed copper, antique copper handles. Love that. And this is kind of the style of the kitchen you're going to get. So the first cabinet is actually the boiler. As you can see, it's a Valent boiler. It's so quiet, you can't even hear it. And then services below. So that's probably something only the person who is in this apartment knows about, because you can't even tell it's been well integrated. You've got here the fridge freezer combination, which is what most people would have thought this is. So fridge there, integrated oven and a double oven system. And then they're by Neff as well. And then you've got storage all the way to the top. So again, it's part of the Georgian aesthetic. Someone like me, obviously, I can't reach the top of there, but you can just imagine with the ceiling heights being so tall, it would be such a shame not to use the storage. So this would be where I'd put stuff for maybe like Christmas or stuff I use rarely, or just decorative stuff, because of the kind of the frosted film on the front of it kind of hides it a little bit, but shows the stuff. So it could be where the china lives. We've got this beautiful island, which I'm going to talk about in a minute, but let's work through the kitchen in a very methodical way. So the next kind of cabinet area, this is actually a very nicely sized bin, very big. And then you've got drawers here for cutlery or whatever you want to put in. Another integrated, fully integrated kind of like large pieces of kitchen utensil drawer. And then everything's on soft closes. You've got this double cabinet here. It opens really wide, shows you the carcass of the cabinets is dark grey as well, which is a nice added touch to it. And then obviously it's floating and it's fully wall mounted all the way. And then you've got this beautiful worktop, which I can't believe it's taken me so long to get to the worktop. The worktop is absolutely beautiful, stunning. You know, I love, marble is so in, and this worktop has that effect. I love the beveled edges as well, so it's not a sharp cut as well. And then you've got the upstand just to protect the wall a little bit. You've got a bank of sockets over there, spotlights underneath the floating cabinets as well. And then they've kind of, instead of made it so heavy with cabinets, there's a bit of a gap there. And then we've started with another focal point here, just above the sink. The sink as well is that farmhouse ceramic sink, and I love the actual size of it and how it's integrated with the worktop. You've got your tap by SMR as well, and then the sink as well. I see that the strainer is by Frank, so that's a nice reputable brand. Underneath the sink we've got storage again. Storage, guys, just so much storage. And then, just to confirm it, yes, the sink is Frank by Villeroy Boch, so it's kind of two brands coming together. You've got your dishwasher there by Neff, convenient. And then you've got more storage above, storage. And then you've got LED strip lighting there and more storage. So this is the kitchen layout, as you can see. So now let's talk about the kitchen island. Kitchen island is over here. You've got additional units underneath. So storage, Neff induction hob there as well, with 5 hobs there. And then you've got a bag. Let's just show you what's in here. You've got sockets basically in there, which is convenient for charging your phones. Everyone seems to be obsessed with using iPads in the kitchen nowadays. If you're like looking at recipes, that's pretty convenient. And yeah, that's basically the kitchen area and the kitchen island, which kind of forms a little breakfast bar as well, just to let you know. I'm sure you can see that already, but you know, I wanted just to touch on that extra feature. So the kitchen, beautiful location. You've got a utility as well, just in case you're wondering what's off this space, which has storage again, like I said, and it's in the same style of the kitchen itself with that same quality worktop and a separate sink. You know, you can do your stackable laundry here as well, which is what this is meant to be. And I love how forward thinking that is. It's just using the space. We're seeing stackable laundry units, laundry appliances being more and more kind of the thing that people are doing because it's space saving. And sometimes it's easier to actually kind of unload a washing machine when it's at this level rather than at the low level. Okay, now let's show you the rest of the apartment. Let me welcome you into bedroom 1. So the features of this space, number 1, these really, really amazing window seats and these ginormous, is that actually a word, guys? These enormous, oversized windows. Georgian proportions again, bringing in so much light. And I like the integrated curtains, so you don't have to worry about privacy. And at night time, you get the blackout effect. You've got 2 of them, and it's just such a nice moment. You know, put a little cushion on here. You can read a book by the window and just take in the views of, you know, the leafy suburb of Edgbaston. So let me talk about the proportions of this room. If I go and stand over here, we've got a king size bed. And obviously we've already touched on the ceiling heights of this entire apartment. Enormous. You've got the wallpaper that goes all the way, accentuating the wall and accenting the wall. And then you've got this oversized headboard, just give you a scale as well. So this is a king size bed, not a double, not a small double. We're not doing any trickery with furniture. This is a very spacious bedroom with 2 large dressers instead of your tiny little bedside tables either side. You've got a radiator on this wall, and the room itself is generally square in proportion, so there's a lot you can do with it. With that being said, you've already got integrated wardrobes in this corner as well, and I just love, if I just open them, sliding door wardrobes as well with ample storage. And you know, obviously that's already fixed onto the property. The whole room, if I haven't already mentioned, I don't think I have, is carpeted as well. And then I also haven't mentioned a feature of the home, which I love, which is these oversized skirting boards. Again, they're part of the Georgian history and period features of the home. Your ensuite. So the ensuite, great size. It's actually got a bathtub as well and a glass dividing screen. You've got your shower by Hansgrohe as well. And then the actual tub, again, by Villeroy Boch. The whole kind of the low level or the wet area is fully tiled up to a significant height. And then you've got your medicine cabinet over there with a shaver socket. This is the medicine cabinet that's a Spitfire Bespoke detail. You can see on the inside, you've got this beautiful panel, wood veneer effect. Ample storage for medicines and beauty products in there, which is great. And it's completely flush with the bathroom with this, and it's accentuated with this chrome edging strip as well, which is fantastic. Recessed spotlights underneath for that ambient lighting, and another ledge for the visible things. You know, they've kind of put a few towels there, etc. I love the sink and the toilet by Villeroy Boch as well. Hansgrohe tap, towel rail just there by the wall. And then the floor as well is fully tiled, and even better, guys, we've got another bonus feature. And I just love the way this has been done. This is what I said about putting the cushion on the other side. Look how this has been custom made for this little nook. This is such a fantastic kind of zen area, fully obscure for privacy as well, just flooding the space with so much light. And just in case you were wondering, this is fully operational as well. And that means that it's great for ventilation, light, and also creating a nice mood and keeping the air fresh in here. I love that. I love the way that's been considered and made integral as to part of the room. So now let's keep moving. We're gonna go to the next room, which is just over here. So, wow, okay. If you don't think wow, if wow is not your first impression when you come in this space, then comment below what is. look at this headboard, which is actually not, I wouldn't call this a headboard. It's like a head wall. It's a whole feature wall, floor to ceiling in this kind of suede material. Love it. So that's part of some of the features that are going to stay in the room. This room as well is a fantastic size, and each room has its own personality. So in this room, you've got 3 very oversized, kind of narrower windows, and then you've got the curtains as well designed as part of that. Very, very good quality curtains that are actually very great for obviously blacking out the whole room and creating that privacy again. So let's talk about what's in the room. So I keep dancing around. Let's start with what's over here. In this area, we've got like a dresser, a makeup area, a getting ready area. If you're a TV person, this is where your TV would go because it's opposite the bed. Then over here, you've actually got the bed itself, which is a king size bed. And, you know, either side of the king size bed are these large bedside tables, large lamps, as you can see. You've got radiators underneath the windows. So this is going to be a very, very nice and cozy room. The whole room, again, just like the other one, is fully carpeted. You've got fitted wardrobes over here with the sliding doors, and just really good quality fitted wardrobes. So they're not very noisy as well. And they've got these brushes at the end, so when they close as well, it's not like slamming into each other. Very good quality as well, and that's part of the apartment. And then through here is your own ensuite. So ensuite in this case benefits from a window with the upscale glazing again, so that's great for privacy. You've got your towel rail and then a large shower with a rain head feature and a handheld device by Hansgrohe. You've got a recessed shelf in there. They're using that for decor at the moment, but that's great for like storing your products. It's fully tiled, and then that tiling is contrasted with more tiling over here. You've got your medicine cabinet again, and I just love the fact that they continue this kind of this style as well from the other ensuite. You've got the recessed lights, like I said, it's a similar concept, and you've got the toilet and the sink, and the sink is floating as well, which allows you to clean easily underneath, and it's tiled throughout. So I absolutely love that, and I think this is such a nice ensuite, and the spotlights as well also add to the ambience. Oh, I also forgot to mention, there's actually a chandelier here. And, because the ceiling's so tall, you can actually miss it sometimes because it can handle such extravagant lighting features. So with that being said, so thank you so much for making it to the end of this tour. We did it together, guys. Okay, so fantastic apartment. And guess what? We toured another apartment in this development, and we're going to pop up the link somewhere at the end of this video. But yes, take a look at that video and tell me, do you prefer that apartment or this apartment? Anyway, if you've made it this far, thank you so much. Leave a comment, like the video, and most importantly, subscribe. So we see you next week when our next video goes up. All right. Thank you. Bye. And that put me off. Sorry. Let's do that again. So much for okay, you ready? Sorry. That's been, oh my god, it's wrong, sorry.